A problem with the way some people climb on a training board is that they set climbs which reward bad technique. I say bad technique in heavy quotation marks, as when you're training, what is good and bad heavily depends on what your intention is. An example I wanted to talk about today was when your main intention is to train tension and towing into footholds. A lot of the time, people end up accidentally sending climbs which reward not keeping tension, and actually the climb ends up being easier when you cut feet, which means they end up not training tension at all. If you want to get really good at keeping tension and towing in, then you should set climbs where your only option is to keep your feet on. You can do this by choosing holds which are tilted the wrong way, or just holds that are too small or bad to hold without keeping your feet on the wall, and that if you cut feet, you'll immediately be spat off. This applies to any skill you want to train on a board, and just the basic concept is that you should set problems which punish you for not executing that skill. This kind of ties into why breaking beta is sometimes bad training. If you do a climb and you send it in a way that plays to your strengths, but avoids a method which you need or want to get better at, then that's not good. There are, of course, times where your goal should just be to get on top of the boulder by any means necessary, and those are your designated performance times. And that's why it's important to differentiate between training time and performance time. I'm a believer that training should have some element of restriction you put on yourself in order to make it more effective. Just to give one more example, I recently was doing this hard compression problem on the board, and I found out it was actually easier to just jump between the holds in more of a compy, powerful style. However, I think if I actually cared about training hard and getting better at compression, what I should have done is just ignored that and kept on going about it in the original compression style, even though it would be far easier to send the boulder in a different way. Ideally, this boulder would be set in a way that doesn't reward me jumping between the holds and actually forces the compression beta. But if that can't always happen, you can just restrict yourself, and it makes for good training.